What's going on, folks? Ted from Nerd Immersion here, and next up in our series of Dragon unboxing, we have our Adult Red Dragon. Yet again, no real information on the box itself, other than a couple of really nice images of what's inside. So, why don't we just go ahead and dive right in. Now, I will tell you, that one was taped. The previous one was not. This just says Adult Red Dragon on the bottom. It once again has the clear circular, the circle base here. And this one, unlike the black one, which was kind of mounted to the base, this one, as you can see, is sort of raised up on this clear plastic piece. And let's see. I think we're looking at pretty much the same thing, right? Another fantastic mini with a ton of quality put into it. I mean, I can see literal veins in the wings here. Again, we'll get close in just a sec here. But yeah, these, again, is similar in the same sort of line as that black dragon that we discussed, right? Gonna retail for the same price, coming out later this year. No real, I see maybe a little, this paint actually kind of matches. It's sort of like a worn sort of wing finger joint here with a little bit of yellow on here. But yeah, for the most part, I don't really see any faults. There's a couple of spots, I think, where the paint, looks like it might have been dry brushing or something, and it could have been blended slightly better. It just looks a little bit off, but for the most part, I can't complain about this either. I mean, it's the same thing, although I do see a lot more separation lines, and maybe I just missed it on the last one, where you can see where the multiple pieces seem to be joined together, or where the mold lines. So 1, 2, 3. I see like 3 right off the bat. It looks like I might be able to see a little bit of adhesive in there where the wing joint. And these are tiny nitpicks, folks. I'm not complaining about this at all. I think that this is fantastic. I'm running out of shelves, honestly, for these dragons, which, let's be real, that is not a bad problem to have. So yeah, I think overall though, I don't really own a red dragon, because in previously, the only really red dragon there was, like, I have all of the other old school Wizards dragons, the Icing Death and all those, but the only other red dragon is that massive red dragon with the fire coming out, the gargantuan or colossal red dragon that retails now for ridiculous amounts of money if you can even find someone who's willing to part with it. I managed to get the other dragons early, and that still always makes me bummed because they never made a green dragon. So you could never get like a full-size green dragon. They just stopped, I guess, for whatever reason. But yeah, this is just phenomenal. I actually the new studio that I'm building, might just get a dragon wall where I just put all the dragons on it because it'll just look badass in the background. And again, I'm running out of room in here. All right, that's enough of me and my face just gushing over this dragon. I guess I should say also thank you again to V and the WizKids team for sending this over to me. By the way, I don't know, it's just me being a geek about dragons, but this is not a sponsored video by any means. This is just a product review, so I am free to give you my opinions on these things as I see fit. I'm just reviewing the product as it's received, but, more often than not, and seemingly once again, WizKids is confident enough in their products that they say, here it is, please do an unboxing, a review of it, and be truthful. And, I have just a giddy smile on my face because this is just a badass red dragon that gets to go in my collection. So give me a sec. We're going to set something up here, and then we'll get a little bit closer like we did with the black dragon. All right, folks, here we are. You can see we've come into a much closer view of our dragon. I'll come around the side and point out some of the features here. Like I was saying, we can see we've got all these spines along the tail here. Very nice. You can see if I zoom in a little bit, what I was talking about some of the spots where you can see right here, where you can kind of see, and this actually doesn't work too bad. It almost looks anatomical, just the way the leg muscles are. But a little bit here, I can see a little bit of like clear, and it was clear adhesive, so I'm not complaining where the wing joint is. A little bit around here, around this wing. I don't know if it comes across here. This red on the back on here is a significantly lighter red. This is more of like a pink almost than a true red. And like I said, the only part that I can really complain about that looks maybe slightly off is here on like the forearms. You can see, looks like he might have a little bit of dry skin going on the edge of his scales. And then if I were to zoom out a little bit further up here on the upper wings, I don't know if we can get that in focus. Maybe we turn up the light a little bit. You can maybe see it. But up here, he's got the same kind of thing that you see down here on the forearms. As you can see right here. This is up on the upper wing joints. But again, tiny nitpick in the grand scheme of things. Overall, just a completely fantastic. I mean, look, you can see the detail of the veins and stuff running throughout the wings and just the muscles on this crazy, badass red dragon. I mean, this is just phenomenal. I mean, I can't, I'm just, you know, I'm speechless, honestly, to have, and just look at that, so cool, man. I can't say enough good things about this because I'm just so excited to have this in my collection. So that is pretty much it, folks. Thank you once again to V and the WizKid team for sending this over to me for review. So I checked Amazon and I checked dndmini.com, WizKids and Dungeons and Dragons official website, for information on this. I could not find any information on dndmini.com, and when I looked on Amazon, the prices were significantly inflated. However, I went to shop.wizkids.com and can confirm from that website it is available for pre-order right now. It said it's releasing in 2021, will fulfill orders soon after release, which I believe is February of this year. And it currently is listed once again at $69.99, which falls in line with all of the adult dragons we've seen so far, the white, the black, and now this red. It says it is over 200 millimeters tall and over 175 millimeters long. It says if this is a pre-order item, it will not ship until it releases. If you include a pre-order item in your order, the whole order will be held until the pre-order is available. You may have to wait for you may have your non-pre-order items shipped separately for an additional cost, and they'll be under the multiple shipments section when you go to check out. And then we have a little bit of flavor text here. The odor of sulfur and pumice surrounds a red dragon whose swept-back horns and spinal frill define its silhouette. Its beaked snout vents smoke at all times, and its eyes dance with flame when it is angry. Very cool. Overall, this mini is just fantastic. I love this thing. I'm so excited to have it in my collection, as I've said before, but I can't stop gushing over it. I can't wait to see what we get for the black and the blue dragon, probably later in 2021. And I'm also very excited to see the metallics and beyond. As we know, we're getting Avriatures, the very large white dragon, significantly larger than the adult one that we've seen before. I want to see if we're going to get others in the other colors dragons, which I assume we will, which will be very cool. So once again, stay tuned for the next dragon review, which will be Menkare, I don't know how you pronounce it, the Great Worm Gold Dragon from Pathfinder, which is also a very pretty, very unique sculpt dragon. So stay tuned for that.